Here? Use computer. I think I found it. Audio logs, text adventures. Zinyak, Galactic Overlord and Head Emperor Supreme of the Zin Empire, A Life by Zinyak. My youth. Our story begins in the remote village of Zinshire, a hamlet just west of Zinport, in the country of Zinland, on a planet known only as Zin. By nature, the Zin people are an uncultured and slow-witted lot, easily entertained by such diversions as arm wrestling and counting the spots on one's back. The people of Zinshire most especially fit this description, so I'm sure you can already foresee the struggles I endured in life. The first of those struggles were my parents. My father, a simple butcher, was a small man with a fierce temper. Of all the things I learned from my father, the one that sticks with me the most is to be... Most assuredly not. My father's butchering technique was deplorable. A thirst for knowledge. You are not even paying attention. My father was as dim as the second sun on the 14th of January. A lust for power? My father, though as thick as the back hair on a newly born infant, did indeed have an unquenchable hunger for control. While he never managed to rise higher than the head of a simple village council, he nonetheless carried the dream. My mother, on the other hand, a gifted seamstress who married far below her station, wanted me to enjoy the things so many others could not. I remember clearly on the eve of my 13th birthday, her taking me to... I'm gonna say it's the first one because he has a thing for, like, classical plays and stuff like that, so... A camp for rowdy children. Alas, Ingrat's camp for riotous youth was booked for the season. Alright, traveling Zinsphere companies La Danse Romantique. Please, as if a traveling company of such renown would step foot in a havel such as Zinshire. Ah, so Zinker's pastry shop. One might think a place such as Zinshire would not support a fine bakery, and you would be right. It closed after a year. But it was not for lack on trying on my mother's part. She wished for her only child to have an appreciation for the finer offerings in life, and she began my education with Zinkar's delectable pastries. Not only did I sample the goods of Zinkar's shop, but I spent a summer there, sweeping the floor, tending the counter, and even learning a bit of the culinary arts. I took to baking with zeal, and clients enjoyed my baked goods, and I became known throughout Zinshire for my... Alright, fresh fruit tarts. Alas, the climate of Zinshire is not conducive to growing of fruit. Gannock Strunch declares. While my eclairs were among the best ever created, I was actually known for something else, the cream puffs. Ah, I can still feel the layers of crisp dough, flaking gently on my tongue awash the smooth release of sumptuous cream. Even though Zinkar's endeavor was not long for this world, I continued to sell my renowned cream puffs door to door, a business which thrived, I must say, doing well enough to supplement my admission to the most prestigious private school in Zinland. But that, my friend, is another story. Oh, I should have done these as I was collecting them. The written word. I had acquired the money to attend the finest school in Zinland, but that was just the beginning. While I would have loved to say that Zinkov Preparatory Academy embraced me with open arms, the truth of the matter is I was not the finest student. In order to gain admission, I had to endure rigorous physical and academic testing before they would grant me access to their legendary halls of learning. As usual for admission of a school of such acclaim, the first of these tests was... killing my own parents. My word, what sort of barbaric school did you attend? So trying out for a sport. While participation in competitive sports is encouraged and a good source of income for any institution of higher learning, testing for such a thing was not required, a scholastic aptitude exam. As was my mother's wish, Zinkov Prep was an institution that prided itself on its scholastic offerings. To that end, it only accepted candidates that displayed academic prowess and further promise, so it was that I endured many weeks of standardized testing and training prior to my entrance examination. I am proud to say that I took the studies well and managed to bring up my scores across the board. Still, there was one subject above all others that I had a particular affinity for. As you may have already guessed, that subject was... I'm going to say literature. Is it? So I'm going to try everything else. Mathematics. While I'm no stranger to the Euclidean paradigm, mathematics was not the subject that drew me in. Art history. Though it pains me to admit such faults, art history was my weakest subject. The life of a museum curator. How I shall never know you. Science. To be honest, while I enjoyed the laboratory experience greatly, I found science as a whole to be a rather dull subject. I figured it was literature because he likes Shakespeare. Ah, the written word. I had, like most Zin, learned to read while in utero, but that was all very dry text, such as manuals and design documents. It wasn't until this far more serious pursuit into academia that I came to love the classics. How surprised was I that some of the finest literature in the universe came from a tiny watery planet more than 10 million light-years away. While it would be some time until I visited the seemingly unremarkable way station, I had fallen in love with its artistic offerings already. One author's work in particular captured my imagination. Can you guess the scribe responsible? Please be Dr. Seuss. The good doctor's work is among the finest in literature, there is no doubting that, but I did not get lost amongst his colorful characters and impeccable rhyming stature as much as others. Mark Twain. If I wanted to read about deceitful children, time-traveling charlatans, and overabundant bullfrogs, I suppose Twain would be the one, but no. Charles Dickens. I shan't abide any author who dares suggest frugality and the demand for a proper work ethic are grounds for an otherworldly intervention. I don't care if the worker's boy is on crutches, that man had a business to run. No, absolutely not. Try again. Yeah, so Jane Austen. Ah, Jane, sweet, sweet Jane. How like my mother's dreams you are. Even now, all these years later, just the thought of Emma, Eleanor, and Elizabeth's exploits and romantic missteps bring a lump to my throat. Oh, the intoxicating back and forth between Miss Bennet and Mr. Darcy. How I could read those lines toward infinity. It was my celebrated essay on Jane Austen's body of work that caught the attention of the Zinkov Admissions Board, who not only allowed me to entry into their fine institution, but secured my later positioning as head of the English Language Appreciator Society. Thus was my love for literature cemented and access to Zinkov Preparatory Academy ensured, which is where I met the teacher who would help me find my life's true purpose, though that is another tale to be continued.
Zinkov Prep. I clearly recall my first tentative steps into Zinkov Preparatory Academy. I was a lad from the countryside coming into a big city, the big city. Eyes wide and mind eager, I had never seen a building so large or so many finely dressed young people yearning for knowledge. It was the first time in my life that I ever felt I was somewhere I truly belonged. Of course, not all the Zinglings there were courteous, studious-minded folk. Predictably, it wasn't long before I crossed the path of a brutish young man named Zinfax. We instantly loathed each other. It was obvious from the start that Zinfax took umbrage with my... I'm going to say it's lower class upbringing. Coat of many colors? Are you quoting a song or something? Prominent cranial crown. While I do consider it one of my finest features, my cranial crown was not the source of Zinfax's ire. It was his lower class upbringing. Typical, no. I was now entering the proud and prejudice-filled society I had read about so eagerly just a few months prior. While Zinfax was a bore and a constant thorn in my side, I found solace in my studies. Literature had engaged me early on, but the offerings of Zinkov Prep allowed me to expand into the even higher-minded subjects such as intergalactic warfare and how to exploit diplomacy for personal gain. What a world of knowledge there was to explore. More than any of the Zinkov faculty, Professor Zinlo informed me my later days. I remember clearly it was just 2 weeks into my first year when Zinlo pulled me aside after class and said to me, "Zinyak, you are a natural-born leader." Well, yes, that's evident, but those were not Zinlo's inspiring words. Zinyak, these people are your inferiors. Well, Zinlo must have been well aware of that. As a professor seeking tenure, he was obligated to maintain a facade of impartiality, I'm sure. Zinyak, never let anything or anyone stop you from pursuing your dreams. Has anyone ever told you that before? What a remarkable thing to say to a formative lad. And he was right. I, as the poor son of an ignorant butcher, had made it to the finest university on the planet. I wasn't just pursuing my dreams, I was living one. These words kept me strong through 4 years of demanding study, kept my mind clear from physical distraction, and are to thank for my graduating with honors from Zinkov Preparatory, a first for anyone from the hamlet of Zinshire. Upon receiving my diploma, I knew exactly what I must do. Kill Zinfax. Rather short-sighted, don't you think? Not before I settle some unfinished business, certainly. Kill Zinfax and then enter the military service. Order of operation, don't you know? Yes, I admit I let my personal dislike for that heinous bully overcome me, and I snapped Zinfax's neck like an old bark flaking off a dying oak. My time at Zinkov Preparatory now at an end, I entered yet another phase of my life, one that would take me to a great of many exotic locations and allow me to realize finally my true potential. Thus ends my years as a plucky child. Next time we meet, I shall regale you with the tale of Zinyak, the young man. To be continued. Military of the early years. After my time at Zinkov Preparatory Academy, I did what all young people on Zin must do. I entered the military. Prior to my days at Zinkov, I admit I did not look forward to this rite of passage, but after, I relished the idea of honing myself into the specimen I would later become. Basic training was, as it is designed to be, a particular sort of hell. I don't know what rules are where you come from, reader, but military training for the Zin Army consists of a grueling 8-week course that pushes recruits to their breaking point. Some did not survive the training and were sent off to work in the mines or forced to join the Zin National Orchestra, famous across 7 galaxies for how hideous their music is. In order to enjoy the training, I often relied on thoughts of my childhood and more innocent time of my life. Are you daft? We covered this in the very first chapter. my iron will and drive to do whatever I must to excel. Relied? It's perhaps a bit strong. I certainly possessed an iron will, but relied on it? A manufactured hatred of the enemy. A wise man once said, without a target, we are all just bullets in the wind. I wrote that in my journal last week, and it's true. Whenever you find yourself facing a seemingly insurmountable challenge, it helps to envision all of the turncoats, opportunities, and megalomaniacs that are just waiting for you to fail, so that they can swoop down and pick the meat from your bones. With a furnace of pure hatred burning inside of me, nothing would stop me from overtaking any challenge set before me. It was evident in the latter days of my training that I was going to excel at commanding troops. Perhaps it is my eloquent speaking voice or preternatural vocal range, but I have always had a gift for oration. Combined with my undeniable charisma, getting others to step in my own ambitions comes naturally. I speak, they listen, even if I do need to thrash them about the head a few times. So I think all of these are right. He's good at all of these things. I took to weaponry and tactics like a parasite to a vital organ. My sergeant said I was a natural-born leader who lacked empathy and had an unparalleled predatory instinct. Have kinder words ever been spoken? Conquering worlds. It was evident that, even then, that I had a conqueror's blood coursing through my veins. I took to every task with gusto, never accepting anything but the best for myself and all those around me. I had a vision. I had drive. I had everything needed to seize the universe by the nebulas and make it mine. After basic, I entered service and was sent to the front line as the Great War was brewing on planet Bedard. There, I led my charge against the great Bedardian commander Fran Scott. Using my innately keen insight, I surprised Fran Scott by murdering his soldiers and putting their heads on spikes, sneaking into his base under the cover of darkness, or playing selections from Zin National Orchestra at high volume. I think it's the last one. No, but I like the way you think. Playing selections from the Zin National Orchestra at high volume. Nobody deserves that. Sneaking into his base under the cover of darkness. While it may sound like a simple tactic, you should be aware that the average day into planet Bedard lasts an excruciatingly long time, but I and my charge held our position until the perfect moment to strike. We infiltrated Franscott's compound, trampled his men under our mighty boots, and shattered the door to his bedchamber, wherein I pounced upon the fool and smothered him with his own pillow. Even now, looking back, I can't help but smile. From there, I led the charge after numerous enemies of the Zin Empire. Soon, the entire Bedardian army fell before us, and we had yet another notch on our already impressively carved belts. Rise to power. A magnificent victory under my belt, my military superiors saw it fit to bestow upon me a meritorious service in the glory of the Almighty Zin commendation and my first of many promotions. Recognition breeds contempt, though, and I made many enemies throughout my military career, but perhaps none more scathing or heartbreaking than Zinfob, the Brutus to my Caesar. Zinfob served me well against the Bedarian army, but his pride got the best of him when he questioned my authority in front of the troops. Not even Zinfob was foolish enough to do that. Question my character. Impossible. My character is unimpeachable. Even everyone can see that. Question my readiness to command. Citing my unquenchable bloodlust, cold and calculating demeanor, lack of conscience in all things that were held in such high regards during training, Zinfob dared to suggest that I was unfit for high-level command. I was brought before my superiors in a mock tribunal, held simply to satiate Zinfob's whim, I assure you, where I was called upon to defend myself against these allegations. Complying with the tenets of the charade, I took my seat as a defendant, and as clear as the strained cries of a fallen foe, the charges were leveled against me. Against each one, I rallied against my accuser. To be honest, I didn't give him much thought. I remained silent. Yes, very droll. I stayed quiet for no one. Explained myself in a clear, concise manner. Admittedly, I may have used some coarse language as emphasis to underline my points, but I conducted myself as one ought to during any legal proceeding, and after carefully explaining myself to the council, they saw my point of view and dismissed Zinfob's case against me. Afterwards, I hunted my accuser down and killed him where he stood. That nastiness behind me, I not only continued to fulfill my role within the Zinao army, but I excelled at it. After many more successful terrestrial campaigns against our foe, the officials saw fit to promote me to emperor. One does not get promoted to emperor. Erect statues in my honor. I appreciate your zeal, but let's not jump ahead. Give me my own ship. Indeed, no longer was I a simple passenger on our interplanetary death vessels. I now had my hand firm upon this rudder, metaphorically speaking, of course. Interplanetary death vessels are steered by complicated navigation systems. Now a celebrated member of the Zen army with a seasoned crew at my command, I blew up planet Zen and never looked back. Zen may not be the most cultured celestial body, but it's still my home. Through a gala in my own honor. I do not have to throw galas in my own honor, thank you.
headed out towards adventure. It was time to leave terra firma behind me and venture towards the stars. After forcibly convincing my crew to celebrate my newly appointed position with a soiree in my honor, we lifted anchor and spread our sails, again metaphorically speaking, towards destinations just right for the picking. And that, dear reader, is where my tale gets most exciting. Ad astra per aspera. Like a siren calling the ships to the rocks, the velvety expanse of space has been a harsh mistress to many. To me, the unconquered reaches were a challenge I not only accepted but yearned for. So many poor souls, blissfully unaware of how mediocre their existences were, without a firm hand to guide them toward greatness. Oh, how I longed to be in that hand. I am not a soul easily satisfied, so I knew my dream destination must be a planet that could challenge not the collective might of the army, but my own fragile ego. Say that again and I'll kill you. My political acumen, as if anything could, my tactical instinct. The terrestrial victories I had accumulated in my prior campaigns often failed to adequately test my keen tactical instincts. The maneuvers and strategies employed by so many of my foes were woefully pedestrian on their best days. I knew someone in the celestial womb, a leader, must exist who could properly challenge me. How fortunate I was that I only had to eradicate 12 civilizations before coming toe-to-toe with the talented and well-trained forces of the Jetyang theocracy. Despite what you may have heard about the people of the Jetyang Quadrant, I assure you they are ahead of the rest of their martial prowess. Perhaps most impressively, the Jetyang had mastered biochemical fighting mechanics. Despite centuries of effort dedicated to that pursuit, all of their attempts at molding flesh and technology resulted in nothing greater than automated harvesting machines. The art of diplomacy? The Jetyang theocracy was so-called diplomats could be bested by an amateur debate team. Planetary shield technology. By harnessing the geothermal energy of Jetyang's molten core, the theocracy were able to power a Dyson sphere-like shield around their around their entire planet. It sparkled in the sun like a chorus line of stars, pirouetting in the sheerest glimmer of delight. The way it shattered in the wake of our neutronic lasers was simply breathtaking. Upon our arrival on their planet's surface, the head of the theocracy, an imposing figure named Bishop Quirkzug, pleaded for not only his own life, but the lives of his people. Always a fair man, I agreed to meet him on a level field of battle, mano a mano as a true gentleman. I even let him select the contest. Much to my surprise, he chose a board game. As part of their theocratic doctrine, the Jetyang do not believe in flat surfaces. A duel of swords. Oh, how I wish. Arm wrestling. And I thought I had left such uncultured diversions back on Zin. I learned then that this so-called sport had reached a far wider audience than I had hoped. Yes, Quirkzug chose to challenge me at arm wrestling. How, for a society so advanced in technology, thought I, could they be so taken with grasping hands and pushing? Little did I know that the cephalopodian anatomy of the Jetyang, combined with the curved surfaces of passes tables, allowed them great leverage at this sport. Oh-ho, how clever Quirkzug was, luring me into a trap that played upon my own prejudices. Well done indeed. As it turns out, the winner of the match was... Alright. Me. No. It was a draw. No, it was Quirkzug. Yes. Yeah, you say Quirkzug, but it's Quirkzug. You're getting me confused, game. Yes. Quirkzug used his anatomical advantage to best me at that infantile test of strength. After shooting him through his enormous eye, I congratulated his corpse on a job well done, giving the Jetyang people no quarter. We made hasty work on their pathetic planet, and to this day I keep Quirkzug's desiccated tongue in my pocket. I rub it for luck. Though I wasn't aware of it prior, the Jetyang homeworld was a rich source of gemstones and minerals and rare reserve on other planets. With resources in high demand at our disposal, I was able to fund many more conquests throughout the richness of space. A fascinating story that I will tell you soon. As you undoubtedly are already aware, the grand Jetyang victory was just the beginning of my storied career in the Zin army. I still had numerous conquests awaiting me, including my first venture out towards a place the native scholars once called Via Lactea. Possessing astute foresight as I do, coupled with my, at times, all-consuming need for control, I knew that before I set out to do anything, I must acquire more ships. Not to be immodest, but my fleet was already quite impressive, thank you. Get some decent food on board. Do you honestly think I would have traveled all the way to the Jetyang Quadrant without bringing the finest chefs in the universe with me? Find a second in command. Even I cannot be everywhere at once. I knew in order to keep my crew appropriately subordinate while still being able to have some essential me time, that I had to have someone I could trust implicitly to oversee the orders I gave, someone who would be at my eyes and ears and also tend to my every whim without question. It was a plucky young soldier named Zinjai who stood cranial crown and shoulders above the rest. I knew he would be I knew he would make a fine lieutenant, but as it is customary to prove one's successor's worth, I first must administer a scholastic aptitude test. Oh, callback, yes, quite humorous of you. I went through the ritual beatings. Those were already part of our daily routine. I saw no need to beat a dead horse. Do you see what I did there? I made a pun. It was a very good one, too. A quiz to determine his understanding of basic etiquette. I was not about to appoint someone as my military surrogate and manservant who was not able to appreciate propriety and tradition. I knew that if anyone were to even attempt to fill my proverbial boots, that they had to be able to do so in any conceivable situation. So it was I constructed a battery of examinations designed to test his etiquette across all manner of occasion. They really were brilliant, if I do say so myself. I am proud to state that Zinjai passed every test in spectacular fashion, even though we did almost have an incident when Zinjai's brother died during an examination on proper cross-cultural greetings. As was custom in his native home of Zinberg, Zinjai faced his brother in a duel to the death at the age of 3 years old. Zinjai won. Oh, I should note that duels to the death are used in some cultures as greetings, and a most curious tradition that... Okay. A rabid Zin pig got loose upon the ship during a rousing debate on intergalactic politicking. Having endured my father's atrocious meat preparation as a lad, I forbade the use of Zin pig in any onboard recipes. So we were attacked prior to the dinner course of a fine meal. In what was a regrettable lapse in judgment on the part of the famed Boonian tactician Ariel the Furious, the Boonli Armada attacked us in mid-space during the most important segment of Zinjai's testing. After destroying the Boonli fleet ship and flaying all of the crew members, I beheaded Ariel the Furious with a bread knife and threw his remains into the onboard incinerator. Zinjai and I then went on to enjoy the most lovely meal, full of fresh Boonli steaks and a delightful conversation. His testing over, I formally named Zinjai as my lieutenant/servant, and we continued our trek into the deep space. Per my grand plan, I set about culling the universe of its weakest cultures, first starting with the people of Earth. Do you really count Earth as one of the weakest cultures in the universe? You really should think higher of yourself. The Goetz-Bray Alliance. Even neophyte Zin should know, the great linguistics misunderstanding carved a wide political chasm that separated the Goetz-Bray Alliance millennia ago. What do they teach in schools these days? So the Korchenifer tribes of Central Asplasia. The Korchenifer's tribe have been a blight on Central Asplasia since time immemorial. Really, I was doing everyone a favor by raising those heathens to the ground. But did the unified nations of Central Asplasia show me any gratitude at all? Of course not. Monster, they cried. Psychopath. Nothing short of a planet-wide genocide was going to shut them up, which thankfully it did. From there, I continued on my path, conquering every planet that stood in my path. Yet despite the sense of unparalleled accomplishment, I felt something was lacking. It was not until later that I would stumble upon my greatest achievement, my defining moment. And the last one, my defining moment. Yes, I held the keys to the universe in my grasp, yet something was missing. These victories, numerous though they were, felt hollow. I found myself wanting more, needing more. What could I possibly be missing? I had everything. Civilizations trembled when I announced my presence. My own army lived in fear of my wrath. What could I possibly be lacking? Then, like an evolutionary link crawling from the depths of primordial soup, it hit me. I had taken so many lives. For what purpose? Conquering was just not enough. I needed to test them, to challenge them, to collect them. It was then that I decided to build a museum dedicated to the greatest cultures of the universe. In its own way, I suppose it is, but it's not the answer I'm looking for. A petting zoo. I considered it, but ultimately opted for the simulation. I could not trust those who fell before my might to roam around unsupervised in the real world, but a virtual one. That was another matter entirely. It came not to me as a vision, a vast interconnected web of simulated worlds designed not only to contain the best and brightest of the universe, but to break their wills and make them subservient to me. Zinyak, Galactic Overlord and Head Emperor Supreme of the Zin Empire. Oh, did I forget to mention I killed my predecessor and claimed his throne for my own? My apologies for the oversight. I tasked Zinjai with overseeing the simulation's construction. We would hold the physical bodies of my fallen foes in a nutrient-rich suspension designed to accommodate even the most peculiar metabolisms. Meanwhile, their minds would go into a world of my own creation based on each subject's fondest childhood memory. And how would a comforting reminiscence break their will exactly. Favorite food. I do wish you were taking this more seriously. Deepest fear. Yes! Everybody aside from your humble narrator is afraid of something. Familial loss, a straying loved one, anonymity, spiders, and by subjecting each victim to their deepest fears, to replay their most dreaded moment over and over again until their psyche shatters and their minds become malleable putty in my eager fingers, I could control them. I could control everyone. Once the simulation was complete, all I needed to do was start hooking up victims. I was excited too, but we mustn't be rash. Throw a party. What's that idiom about counting chickens? Find a test subject. And who better to test this situation upon than my right-hand man? Zinjai was not eager to partake in the simulation, but after a brief, though intensely painful discussion, he saw the benefits of the architect being the first to walk into his own building. For hours I heard Zinjai's screams echo throughout the ship like the mellifluous song of a child in mourning, and I knew that the simulation was my raison d'etre. It would set the standard for forward-thinking empires throughout the universe, and if any should ever match its brilliance, I will crush them and claim their design for my own. After extracting Zinjai from his personal nightmare, he gave me his most wholehearted approval, and when asked what his version of hell was, he said, "A life spent clean of laboratories, life with only me." To be honest, Zinjai didn't tell me what his deepest fear was, and I didn't press the matter, for I had other things to do. With a simulation as my crown jewel, I took to universal conquering with renowned zeal. I found pleasure in forced subjugation of the sentient life forms I never thought I'd have again. My enemies didn't simply fall by my sword, their wills were snapped like the bones of a mouthy subordinate. I no longer had only the echo of their dying words to remember them by. I had a whole world of twisted imagery and deep-rooted doubts and phobias. Oh joy, oh cascading bliss. And I could visit them whenever I wanted. I had complete control. I held their brittle consciousness in my hand and could play with them like flicking seeds into the wind. The simulation was not perfect. Nothing is. Even the masterwork Venus de Milo is short a couple appendages, but it was mine, and it was beautiful. For those who tested my patience by attempting escape, I had protocols in place. When needed, I intervened personally, though it was rarely necessary. Many of the subjects thought they were exceptions to the simulation's rule, but I put every one of them summarily back into place. So it was I went about collecting the exemplary specimens from cultures throughout the entirety of the known world, with one exception, a certain destination whose exploitation I wished to savor. A place whose artistic contributions had first set me upon my path. There was someone there that I especially wished to meet, and within the time-bending capability of the mothership, I could. But I also knew any planet capable of literary work of that caliber must also breed warriors unlike any other. I was excited, reader. Every part of my essence shivered with anticipation. With the might of the Zin Empire behind me, I set out towards the far corner of the universe, towards a new galaxy, to conquer a planet I had only enjoyed through its culture, Earth, Lefin. Yay! Oh my god, why am I in a bra? You literally... Really?
I love meeting new people.
I just need to put a shirt on now. Okay.
I'm a little late, but sure thing.
Well, I guess I got a few minutes.
If you insist.
Spaceship overhead.
That's right,
Send ship coming in!
That's right, You got anything good on you?
I tried to kill you, and you're hitting me up for weed?
What? I killed you. You're harmless now. Might as well party a little.
I think I'd be insulted if we didn't have a bag stashed at the crib we could hit later.
Sounds perfect to me.
Destroy Sid's 40 out of 100.
UFO coming in!
Use
The Abductomatic. Aim and charge the abduction gun to bring down a beam of light and suck your enemies into the sky. Okay. Bye! Where's this other one here? Says he's... Ah, okay. Well, I gotta kill the Sid. Where'd it go? There you go.
Heads up! Spacecraft!
Great.
Carlos was kind of shitty, you know.
I suppose what you did to Jessica was just getting even?
Well, yeah,
Let me give you a tip. There is no
asshole.
They were both really shitty things to do. But to be fair, what happened to Jessica was me, not Shandi. She just told me she saw Jessica. Well, she was playing hacky sack in a parking lot and Jessica almost ran over her. Can some aliens come on the ground, please? I would like to use those superpowers, but they don't really do much against freaking flying aliens.
That's right, I'm
Send ship coming in!
Get him! Disintegrate.
I like that gift I sent over.
She did. Well, how do you find it?
Tried to pull a few strings to get the whole set, but I have
You know someone who deals in tiny plastic toy ponies?
to be surprised when people collect from their childhood.
Jessica liked tiny toy ponies.
That's right, I'm smooth.
20 out of 50 aliens taunted.
That's right, I'm smooth.
I need more. I was hoping there would be more aliens. Come on, I hit him.
That's right, I'm smooth. Spaceship!
Move, Johnny. Move. Oh, whatever. Where's the spaceship?
Spaceship overhead.
Thank you. Here's a warden. That's great. Can I just disintegrate him? No, I'm gonna...
Still think I'm just a pretty face?
Oh my god, come on! Ugh. No, it works. Alright, it's the end. Thank you.
Better luck next time.
Alright, Death from Above. Matt Miller says jump kicking works in 2D side-scrollers. Let's see how it works here. Learn more about Death from Above. Who can I kill?
So, did you really learn a new ability from an old school side scroller?
Yep,
I did.
I did. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. I've always thought we had a lot to learn from classic technology.
Hey, you think you have a training program stashed away that'll work for this?
I'm sure I can whip something up quick. One sec.
I've murdered my last cop. I mean, it's true, there are no
Always on
more
when it
cops. I mean, unless some of the people that Zin took were cops, but I don't know.
Here you go. Jump up and then focus on holding yourself in the air. That should allow you to target exactly what area you'd like to come down at.
Pretty handy for landing, too.
Mm-hmm. Not that there's a fall damage or anything.
Is higher better?
The higher you are, the more damage you should cause around your landing point.
Okay. Can I, no? So I can't be right above the point, otherwise I won't be able to aim for it. Okay. Let's do it. Nice.
That's right. Death from above, baby.
You
Heck
had to
yeah.
say it, didn't you?
Yeah, just once.
It's cool. Power training complete. We have max XP, even with the bonus. Shondi has been dismissed. So is veteran child and Marrow. Thank you. No upgrades. No powers. The Kinsey Gambit. Everything's in place. It's time to end this once for all. Meet the crew to bring down Zinyak. Okay.
All right, King. It's time to shut down this hellhole. Are you ready?
Sure thing. Let's do this. What was that?
Doesn't sound like anything good. Get everyone over to Kinsey's. We gotta move fast.
Yeah. Alright, we made it. Let's do it.
I'm not late to the briefing, am I?
We haven't started yet. I'm waiting on Miller.
Still feel bad about punching Matt in the face.
He'll get over it.
Or he'll kill me in my sleep.
That's always a possibility, too.
Guys, can we just get to murdering already?
We got a problem.
Now we're talking.
What's up?
The Zin are coming.
Here? That's probably why he said it's a problem. All right, let's take cover. We should be able to ambush them.
I love Asha's
So sure
outfit.
about that.
Okay. Alright. I feel so underdressed with the way everyone else is all super homemade. Oh, why is old fun Shanti here? I don't know. Alright,
Watch out! They're using some sort of suppression grenade. They're probably trying to counteract your powers.
I don't need powers to kill these bastards.
Nah, I got guns.
How the fuck did they find your sanctum?
I don't know!
Who cares? Let's just kill them!
Yeah!
I'm up for more.
Before they even getting in here. Come on, get sucked in. Thank you. Target's black hole 50 out of 250.
Too many of them. There's a helicopter on a nearby roof. We can use it
I'm
to get
sorry,
everyone to
Asha.
safety.
All right, everyone, let's stick together.
Matt and I will head out on our own.
Wait, what?
Take care of your people. We'll catch
What did
up.
I just say?
Before we do anything, we need some breathing room. Let's take out those tanks.
But I want the black hole launcher. I'm taking the black hole launcher back. Oh, it's gone. Oh no. But I wanted that one. It was doing so much better.
There's no way to fight a lady.
Yeah. Especially the first lady. Does it count?
Look!
First lady's the one who's married to the president. Oh, what? Oh, I gotta protect them. Yeah, I know. I know.
Keep moving. We gotta get to the roof.
Pierce and I will hold them here. Just get everyone else to safety, player. We got
Okay.
this.
Where am I? Oh, up the stairs. Okay, you got
Whoa,
this.
why are we running? I'm down for some murder.
If
I
we
know.
lose heat, we can get back to the plan.
Whatever the plan was, it went out the fucking window. We need to focus on surviving.
And I mean, we're in a simulation. It's not as difficult to find out where we are in a simulation as it is to find out where we are in real life. And even if they did find out where we are in real life, it's probably because we freaking had to tap into the ship to save Johnny. So, like, this is all pretty expected. We gotta get you supersized, Kinsey.
Saints, we are leaving!
I like that. So just come on, guys. It's Saints. We are leaving.
Yo, Pierce and Ben are getting into that car. Let's cover them.
I'm on it.
You got it, bro. Okay.
Spaceship
Oh, no, you
overhead!
don't. Oh, I didn't get him?
Kinsey, you find us a safe place yet?
Okay, hold on, I'm scanning.
Scan fast.
UFO!
Can fast.
Always happy to show off.
Ah, there's one that got off. Without getting
Yo,
blown
these
up.
Sin have some high-tech shit. What's their arsenal like?
Oh, the Zin have all kinds of cool stuff. I wish I could get into their armory and see what they're prototyping. They even have murder bots.
Murder bots? Now, that's my kind of household appliance.
That's what I figured. Alright, come on. Do better. Why am I not in a Zin ship? I should be in a Zin ship. That would be better. Sorry guys, I know, you're probably not doing great. I'm scared to use the bombs when they're that close, or the rockets when they're that close to her, but they're still blowing up. Oh, sorry, Kinsey.
I remember this one.
Oh my goodness.
We need to find a safe place for Pierce and Ben to go.
Okay. 1 second, sorry.
We're
gotta
not
get
going to
these
my
places.
place.
No, your place is blown up, honey. I'm sorry. Oh, your ex's place. That's underneath. Okay, what's that one? All the way over there. It's fine. All the way over there. I know. Gosh, darn it. Stop shaking. Alright, keep going.
You couldn't fight worse shit.
Nope. Alright. Oh god, tank's up there. Alright, you're good.
Okay, I found somewhere for us to... Oh no!
What?
We're
The guys
going
on the roof?
down! Hold tight!
We are? Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh god. Okay. We're on the roof now. I got guns. I got the polarizer. Watch this. Oh, that's my girl. Whoops. Sorry, Kinsey. I didn't realize you spawned right up there.
Everyone okay?
We walked away, right?
Oh,
We did.
look, a cat. Is this a
Where?
pet store?
Johnny, you're about to meet your spirit animal.
Super ethical reality climax. Who names this shit?
You recognize Kinky Bowl?
Where to now?
Doesn't matter, the Zin just found us.
Kinsey, get us out of here.
On it!
Can I use this? Oh, please let me use this.
Ooh, is that a killing floor?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to me.
We've already played it, but I understand. I didn't know which would take place first. Are we... Or am I not shooting people from here?
Oh.
Uh-oh. What do you mean, uh-oh?
Boss, the game is on.
It started
Yeah, I
by
figured.
itself. I can't shut it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special episode of Professor
Oh, unethical.
Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax.
There.
Bring on the man-cat.
Floor is active and the doors are locked. Nobody gets out.
Including us.
Until that is, the contestants rack up enough points to fill the murdometer.
Shit, I'm down. Let's do this!
Always happy to show off.
Yeah, okay.
Look at all the contestants today.
And all new targets as
Oh,
well.
that hurts me.
The Zin
Whoops.
Empire have taken it upon themselves to face the challengers. Truly, a bold move on their part.
You're not kidding. The Zin are the fiercest opponents in the universe, Bobby.
They should be a tough fight for the Saints.
Yes, indeed.
The Zin are falling before the might of these contestants.
They sure are. Look at how they're mowing down the opposition.
Goes to show you how much having a team behind you can really come in handy.
I wish we had a team behind us.
What we have is the love and support of Zinyak. What else could we possibly need?
I'll get you guys out.
Nothing at all, Bobby. Nothing at all.
Just a little bit longer.
Yeah, no worries. I'm doing great.
That went well.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Bobby, look! Professor Genki has entered the arena.
It's always a
Awesome.
special occasion when the professor takes the stage. Let's
Aw.
watch the master at work.
That's Genki, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, he looks crazy.
That fucking cat isn't walking out of here alive.
Boss, he's kind of helping us.
Not walking out of here alive.
Okay, gotta kill Genki.
Good shot by the contestant. Genki's
He was
sure
helping,
gonna
though.
feel that one.
It takes a particularly skilled player to take on Professor Genki,
Especially after facing the considerable might of the Zin Empire.
of which we are required to extol the virtues.
Of course.
And there you have
I
it,
don't want you
folks.
guys getting
Genki
probed
is
again.
down.
Down, but never out, Zach.
So true, Bobby. So true.
Is that all? Looks like it. Oh my gosh.
Kinsey?
Let's get to the prize room.
That was fun. They got more.
They got more games like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
So where to?
You know, I generally don't like getting involved in these things, but this is really exciting.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the wacky world of murder. What do we do next?
Ben's plan was to overload the simulation. We can still do that, but not if the Zin know our every move.
You can make us stealthy again, right?
Yes, but I need to get back to the ship so I can find a way to cut them off. Once that's done, it's just a matter of finding the weakest point in the simulation.
Okay then, let's head home.
We're as close to home as we can get.
Still think I'm just a pretty face?
Use the flames, Kinsey.
Steering
I
wheel
am
not
trying to
working?
protect the car. It's difficult. It'd be easier if I had my black hole gun, but I do not. Well, who's following? Goodbye.
You don't have to prove anything to me.
Hey, player.
What?
Pierce and I are pulling out of the simulation.
Sorry.
Meet you back on the ship.
I was
That was
talking
my
to
bad.
King earlier and that conversation cut out too. Any idea what's causing that?
Oh, Warden. Oh, Zinyak himself. Hi. Did you just... Is that Kinsey? Stop it! Stop it! Can she feel that?
No!
Jesus.
You need to get back to the ship, now!
I'm going.
Shandy, what the fuck are you doing? They got Kinsey!
Boss, the Zin are here. What? We were set up.
Yeah, I know.
The simulation. Pierce and King were out cold. The proximity alarm is screaming, and Asha Miller and the Vice President are gone.
They kidnapped Keith David?
And left us sleeping so we get picked up
They
by
kidnapped
Zinyak.
Keith David?
Too bad for them we're awake.
Let's do this. Alright, what do we do?
What's
What do
the
we do
plan?
first?
I'm gonna check on Kinsey. You're gonna secure the doors.
Okay, check on Kinsey.
Kinsey.
Hello.
We're not leaving you behind.
Don't worry, honey.
You ready? Because we got visitors.
Yeah, where? Here? Okay. Oh, I only have real life guns in this. Okay, I feel like I should be doing something while they're doing that. Alien SMG. Alien pistol's good, but it knocks me back.
I love meeting new people.
Good job, Johnny.
Let's clear out the lower decks.
We have to
got it.
hold the room.
Fuck that. I'm not waiting for them to come to me. I let you have that one.
Oh, sure you did. You don't have a shield. Oh god, a murder bot. I need a different weapon. Oh, it's not the alien pistol I thought it was. I thought it was the special alien pistol. Oh god, no, he's gonna crawl. Hey, that's Kinsey's stuff. Get away from it. No, I'm trying to shoot. I'm trying to shoot. Thank you. Mess with our freaking
That was fun.
weird FBI dominatrix kink lady nerd. We're gonna freaking get you back for it. Oh god.
What the hell?
We're moving. Why are we moving? Let's get to the bridge.
I'm going. What is...
Shit, are we driving into the sun?
Okay,
Oh,
let's
no.
check some computer thing.
No need.
Yeah.
I have already analyzed our situation.
Have you
Shit,
fixed
I
it?
forgot Mr. Deus Ex Machina was even on the ship.
I
A
didn't.
Zin transport has attached itself and is dragging us toward what I assume is certain doom.
A
So how
sun.
do we stop the certain doom part?
If I were you, I would deal with the strange heat signature by the cargo bay first.
Cargo
Okay.
bay?
Let's go.
I'm going.
Get off me!
Shondi!
Don't even freaking think about hurting her.
They couldn't fight worth shit. Is Kinsey okay?
Everyone's fine. The Zin grabbed me and
Hey, Sid said something about heat signatures?
one of them put a device on the wall. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Probably a tracker, or... Well, it can't be a tracker, because if
We
it was...
got bombs over here.
Yeah, bombs.
Bombs?
Yeah, and they're set to blow. You thinking what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
No hacking, no stealth, just explosions.
You got a specific thing you want to blow up, or just shit in general?
Kinsey, what's the weakest point on the Zin ship?
Yo, boss, Kinsey's...
Fuck!
Yeah.
Look, we'll just find the biggest, glowingest thing on the ship and stick the bombs to that.
Okay.
These
That
Zen
seems
sure
to
do
be
make a
okay.
good argument for murdering him.
When I'm through with Zinyak, he's gonna be begging for me to kill him.
Take your time, huh? That sounds like a plan.
I get the chance, I'm gonna rip Zinyak's goddamn head off.
Mounted on my
Where do you
wall.
think the Zen have Kinsey?
I don't know, but when I find Matt and Asha, I'm gonna beat that information out of him.
Yeah. Why? Can I go in here?
Yo, we got some alien gun over here.
Where? What is it? It's something.
Hell of a welcome back, huh, Johnny?
Fuck,
Yeah.
you were thinking I wanted to go to Hawaii or something?
Find the biggest,
I
glowingest
lived
thing.
for this shit.
I'm... Oh, okay. Oh,
That has to be embarrassing.
okay. A little less accuracy, but it does the job. Okay. I like my pistol. Oh, the soundtrack is, not great. I know it's supposed to be alien noises, but it's not. Oh, okay. So am I in the Zin ship now? Was that airlock thing? Yeah, okay,
Big and glowy. Looks perfect.
It does. I will plant the bombs in a second. So that spread one works better when I'm in a big room with them, but when they're all spread out like this, the pistol is definitely my friend.
Here you go.
Right here.
I need to find something that looks important.
Find something important. Where are you shooting from? Oh, there you are. Oh, hi, Johnny. I don't know why I have such a bad habit of specifically shooting at Johnny when I see him. I just instantly know he's a threat to everything.
Almost beats dancing.
Oh, thank you. Wish I had my powers, but I'm not in the simulation, so that sucks. Thank you.
This looks important. Let's blow this up.
How do you know it looks important? It's just a computer on the side thing. Oh.
What
Yo, these bombs are hotter than we thought. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Can't go that way. Pardon me, don't mind me. Going this way. Get away from me. Oh, I have a time limit. I can't fight. Pardon me. Get back to the airlock. Oh, the ship. Alright, so this is the airlock that transfers me. Come on.
Yo, quit fucking around and get in here.
Oh, really? Fucking around? This dude grabbed me by my extremely long anime hair. What was I supposed to do?
Good girls kick ass. Wasn't a bad fuck you to Zinyak. Let's get out of here and find Kinsey.
Okay.
God damn it!
What happened?
MI6 fucked us.
I knew it! Asha had it out for me since jump. She talked shit in Pakistan. She sucker punched me.
Can't believe Miller had me fooled. To think I actually apologized.
He's probably been working this angle for a while. Hell, he might have even been the one who tipped off Zinyak about Johnny.
Why? Yeah, they're there.
The lowest circle of hell was reserved for betrayers. But it's important to remember that it's the storyteller who decides who the hero is, not morality. But while philosophers will spend years debating the ethics of the Kinsey Gambit, the Saints had a less charitable view.
Keith David is a dead man.
He's the only one who's not here. All hands on deck. Complete. He might have been kidnapped. You don't know. Maybe. Vehicle, Genki Mobile. You now have the Genki Mobile available at your Gateway Garage. Betrayed. Trophy earned.